All right. Welcome back, guys. I've been away for just one day, which was game day 4. I didn't bring you any updates, so we're going to have a merged video. I officially welcome you back to the NBA Fantasy Salary Cap edition. It's your boy Ivies, and I will be recapping both days here today. We're in game day 5, and this flurry of games have been played both on game day 4 and then game day 5. Of course, game day 5 we had the NBA Cup, which is also ongoing. We shall have a look at some of those games. So jumping right into it, game day 4 saw me scoring. Just hold on, just a refresh here so that I can have the latest. So this is game day 6, so we gotta go back, just go to the points. So game day 4 saw me scoring 192 points, which was above average, which was good. The average was 73, and of course the points came from my backcourt, led by Maxey, who had an amazing game on that game day. In game day 4, we shall have a look at some of the highlights and the game analysis. Of course, they were playing against the Milwaukee Bucks, and I had Rawlings right there. Rawlings taking the leadership role in the absence of Giannis Antetokounmpo right there, scoring 69 for me. Then, of course, VJ Edgecombe was in contention as well, and he gave me 28 points on the night. All right, so the bench had nothing, so just the backcourt gave me the points. So game day 4 kicked off, of course, with the LA Clippers taking on Orlando Magic. And of course, Orlando Magic managed to beat the star-studded LA Clippers, which was a shocker. And I guess it is only James Harden. Remember, they got rid of Paul, and Paul was good and he was helping out, but now they're struggling. So James Harden, of course, led the way right there, scoring 31 points for the LA Clippers in this one. And of course, that was a total of 58 fantasy points. And of course, also 8 assists and 5 rebounds right there in the game. Then Jalen Suggs coming back after being away for a couple of games on and off. But maybe we can get some sort of consistency from him. But he's a reliable player, and I can actually attribute that to that. It's just that they increased his salary this season, and it's a bit of a put-off. So he scored 52 in the game, in the fantasy accumulated points. Then, of course, scoring 23 in the game, 7 assists and 3 rebounds right there for Jalen Suggs. Hans Wagner as well was in the mix, accumulating a total of 35 points, scoring 20 in the game, which was very, very good. Then Zubac is actually very good as well. He jails very well with James Harden, the point guard in the team, LA Clippers. Accumulated 33 points right there, scoring 14 in the game and 19 rebounds. So that's how that went. Just looking out for some of the worthy mentions, but those are the main ones. So LA Clippers lost that one, and they continue their terrible start to the season. They may be looking at the tables just so we can have a look at where the LA Clippers are. The LA Clippers, they are in the Western Conference. So the LA Clippers not in the top 6. They're actually languishing third last in 13th position in the Western Conference. They are 4 in 11. They have only won 4 games out of 15 games played this season. So they are doing terribly. And if they are going to be in contention, they better pull up their performances. So that's how that one ended. Of course, the second game came from Sacramento Kings. That too was taking on Memphis Grizzlies. They were being hosted, of course, by Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis managed to get back to winning ways. They're also one of the teams that are struggling. Ja Morant has failed to get back to his usual self. I don't know what's happening there, but he's struggling. And of course, the team has been struggling as well. But it looks like they are getting back to their usual self. Then Sacramento Kings dropped this one. The game ended 96 to 137. That is to the hosts Memphis Grizzlies right there. You can see Zach LaVine still continues to play and deliver. Managed to get 35 accumulated points, scoring 26 in the game, which is an alright contribution. Santi Aldama right there contributing 46, scoring 29 in the game for Memphis Grizzlies right there. Landell, this is a center that usually comes off the bench, was one of the players that we were considering. So on average, around 20 points if you can bring him in. It's a very, very good salary. Maybe just to fill up your squad, Landell is someone you can consider right there. Then Reynard, a revelation right there, scoring. His salary is actually a good salary. One of the players you can add just to contribute to complete your squads. 4.8 right there. Managed to score 12 points in the game, accumulating 20 points right there. Zach Edey is also back. He was the rookie from last year, just trying to get his back to his usual self. Got 26, scoring 16 points in the game. Russell Westbrook also started out well. He's a bit now going down, but remember the times when he was consistently scoring high above 30 fantasy points, but I think he's coming down, or maybe just had a bad day at work in that one. Just managed 11 points in the game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, a total of 26 points right there for Russell Westbrook. Schroeder as well, he is good, but this season he's not consistent. I guess maybe because his utilization is low, because this team is actually, they have enough people in the backcourt and considerable amount of people in the backcourt. Of course, when you see DeMar DeRozan, Russell Westbrook, Schroeder, all these are ball handlers that want to have the ball, and actually Schroeder is actually also a ball handler, so that affects and eats into his minutes while he's on court. So that's a challenge and something you could consider if you are to bring him in, which I wouldn't advise. Then, of course, came the game of the night, which was the 76ers at Milwaukee Bucks. And, of course, they managed to pull off the win right there, thanks to Tyrese Maxey's career high score of 54 points in this game. Rawlings tried to push the squad, but it was so unfortunate that Tyrese Maxey wanted to get back his second spot in the leaderboard of the leaders of the highest scoring players in the NBA this season. Remember, he had lost that to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but fortunately, thanks to that 50 piece that he dropped in the game against Milwaukee Bucks, it saw him regain that second spot back from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And as you can see right there, Luka leads the way with 34.6 points, and of course Tyrese Maxey in second place with 32.4. Then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes in third place with 31.9. Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's struggling with injury, is still maintaining his fourth spot with 31.2. Donovan Mitchell right there in fifth place. He has actually come up with 30.3. Larry Marketing, the one I brought in right there, and I am starting to regret. He's yet to give me a good game. But I'm waiting. I'm giving him time. I think he has all this week. Then next week, I'm most definitely shipping him out for another replacement. If San Antonio Spurs Wembenyama has not regained his fitness, then of course Nikola Jokic is also steadily climbing. Of course, I think he should be above the 30 points per game threshold if he is to be in contention for any of the titles, most importantly the MVP run. Steph Curry is also surprisingly playing well. Tonight he actually had a heater of a game, 30 plus points, just trying to help the Golden State Warriors beat Danny Avdia's Portland Trail Blazers. You know, they are the only team that have actually managed to shock Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's OKC and managed to beat them. It's the only loss OKC has accumulated this season, and that is, of course, courtesy of Danny Avdia and company right there. Then ninth place, Austin Reeves. Of course, the return of LBJ. LeBron is going to most definitely affect him and generally the entire team and, of course, the whole league because he's something else. That aside, Reeves in ninth place, 28.1. Then, of course, wrapping up the top 10, Jalen Brunson with the New York Knicks at 38.2. Right there, as you can see, the leaders. So, of course, I have the highlights of this one. Let me just pull them up for you. Game highlights.
Shots and looks. And the ability to play off of him, too.
Tyrese Maxey all the way to the cup.
Going right at Rollins, able to turn the corner. Bucks in single digits still as we approach 8 minutes in this first quarter.
Edwards, more good defense. Second steal of this first quarter by J.E. Tyrese for three. Out for at least the next couple of weeks with a groin injury. Sixers without Kelly Oubre Jr. for at least the next couple of weeks. What a shot from Tyrese Maxey, the tough runner. No Joel Embiid, no Kelly Oubre Jr., no Adembona for your Sixers tonight. Another steal for the Sixers. Tyrese, little hezzy, little left-handed layup for Tyrese Maxey. He's got a dozen in this first quarter. Just trying to get those legs back under him, get his wind back. Tyrese Maxey with a dozen. Tyrese Maxey with 14. Another pretty floater for Mr. Maxey.
Again.
First bucket for Turner tonight, but he had 4 threes against Cleveland on Monday. Look at Tyrese Maxey. Look at Tyrese Maxey. And the foul. Figure out how Tyrese Maxey got past him. Our GMC driving the game all.
Nice split of the double team at the top of the three-point line right here. Look at that. And then the little shake avoids Kuzma.
Starting point guard for Milwaukee. That's our starting point guard, Tyrese Maxey. 20 in the first half for Maxey. Tyrese Maxey from the logo to tie us at 55. Fancy move, just rolled off the rim.
Yeah, trying to avoid the contact. Go up, we talk about that confrontation.
Tyrese Maxey all the way. He's got 25 and counting tonight. No Giannis, no Joel Embiid, no Oubre, no Adembona. Good interception there by Watford. Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers have retaken the lead here in the third quarter. Good ball movement here. Watford can't get the floater to go. Rebound to Barlow. Maxey into the green paint with the left hand. You called it a tough two. Make it 29 for Tyrese.
Some more zone here from the Bucks. 2-3 variety.
Grimes, the bounce pass to Tyrese. What a move on the baseline by Maxey. He's got 31. 3 17-point scores now. Jared McCain from the wing. Another big Barlow rebounds. The kickouts. Maxey is good. 35 for Tyrese Maxey.
Well, we talked about this Bucks team not being a great rebounding team.
Before he got going. 3-point game. Maxey
now, as you can see, the focus, of course, is on Tyrese Maxey's career high 54 points scored in this game. But you can see that it's the fourth quarter, but Milwaukee was actually, they had the lead. Then this is the point where they take the lead, of course. So it was a close game all through and through. Of course, Rollins leading the way with Milwaukee Bucks right there, not letting 76ers run away. So it was a very, very interesting game to watch. Of course, there was also a return of Paul George in this very game. He scored 21 points. Interesting analytics right there. So it was a very, very, very good game. Of course, we saw that Tyrese Maxey getting his career high, 54 points in this game. Of course, scoring 95. This was a very, very good option for whoever captained him. You had a very, very good game week. I think he's going to be the highest scorer in the whole game week 5. So, of course, he scored 54, 5 rebounds and 9 assists right there, and he led the way. Then Paul George returned for the first time. Now he has only played 2 games under his belt. Of course, this is going to affect VJ Edgecombe's minutes, and let's wait and see. But at least Embiid is still out, so maybe VJ Edgecombe is still someone worth holding on, and most definitely is, because he has contributed very, very well. Of course, he scored 21 in this one, 38 in this game. Then I look at VJ Edgecombe doing his thing consistently, scoring 12 points and, of course, 10 rebounds right there, and 4 assists. Quentin Grimes is also a very, very good player, scoring 14 and accumulating 26 points. Then on the other side, Rolling accumulated 69 fantasy points, scoring 32 in this game and 14 assists. He's a very, very good player. You should go out and get him. So that's how that one ended. Then, of course, the final game was Atlanta Hawks taking on San Antonio Spurs without the man, the myth, not legend yet, but the myth, Victor Wembanyama. But De'Aaron Fox is leading the way in the absentia of Victor Wembanyama. He managed to accumulate 58 points, scoring 26 in the game and 9 assists and 5 rebounds right there. Then Nickeil Alexander-Walker leading the way, of course, for the Atlanta Hawks, accumulating 61 points and scoring 38 in the game right there. Jalen Johnson is actually very good. He, as you can recall, he actually was the player of the night a few game days back. I'm forgetting which exactly game day. Was it this week or last week? But I think it's this week. So he's a very, very good player. You can see he's averaging 50 per game, which is very, very commendable and good. 55 in this one specifically, scoring 26 and a double-double, 12 rebounds for Jalen. Porzingis is a bit also consistent. Oh, he's been out actually. The problem with Porzingis is his consistency. I had him at the start of the season, but he's on and off, and that inconsistency is a problem. Then just another person to look at is Dyson Daniels, but the problem is his salary. It's really high and not worth it, but he will give you the steals. He's a very, very good steals magnet right there. Then Champagny, also inconsistent, but his salary is also not that bad. He scored 37 in this one. So that concluded the games on the day. And of course, can you guess who the guys? By the way, make sure you like and subscribe, and of course share if possible. You can also put the comments. I'm always open to advice. You can give me some comments, giving some advice. And of course, just the other time someone was asking if there is an app for this, and most definitely hope it's going to come. I will actually lobby for it, try to push the NBA team to actually make for us an app for this. I know it is big in the US to attach money to most of these things. Maybe they can give us rewards to encourage people to play. Americans really like everything attached to money. The stakes have to always have a money aspect to it. But I don't think life... Okay, let me not complete that sentence. But I mean, it's a fun game. I do believe it's a fun game, guys. You can join it and play for the points, for the fun of it. And if you win, perfect. But let's enjoy this NBA Fantasy Salary Cap edition. I think it is a very, very good one. I would like to say that it's what's the word? More or less trying to mimic the FPL in the Premier League in Europe. And actually, that's a very, very big product for the Premier League. And I think this will also push the NBA ahead and market it all over the world, not just in the US. So please invest in this app, create for us a mobile application so that we're able to access our accounts and actually update our teams and do everything that we do on the web with this product. So yeah, the question that I got, of course, was from a colleague who wanted one of the followers who was looking for the app for this. So please, guys, if you can see this, please give us an app so that we are able to play the game and, of course, watch the sport of the NBA. So, of course, our player of the night was none other than guessing one, guessing two, most definitely. Sorry. Tyrese Maxey. So the cat is out of the bag, of course. You'd know who game day 5 player of the night was if you saw that. But if you didn't, well, he will be revealed in the end. So right there, that's Tyrese Maxey. As you can see, he led the way. He managed to score his career high, 54 points in the game as they took on Milwaukee Bucks. And of course, got 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 blocks, 3 steals, and a total of 95 fantasy points. And in standings of the box scores, average box scores that he has 33.4 points per game, which is, of course, second place overall. Is just behind Luka Doncic, as you saw earlier, that leaderboard. And of course, in the rebounds area, he is averaging 4.7 rebounds per game, and the assist is averaging 7.9 assists per game. So that was Tyrese Maxey, and of course, we wrapped up game day 4 just like that. Then we went to game day 5, which has just wrapped up a few hours ago, and I am most definitely bringing you the updates. So game day 4 was equally good for me. I mean, game day 5, speaking of which, I managed to score 240 points. I also played my captainship. I put it on MVP Nikola Jokic, and of course, which was well above average of 120, as you can see right there. So it was a full squad, but one player didn't play, so I was short, but I think the captaincy just covered up for him. So Larry Marketing, yet to deliver for me, gave me 37 points in the game. George gave me 22. Nikola Jokic gave me, I think it was around 70-something points. Of course, then with the captaincy, that's times 2, so for 148. Then AJ Mitchell, who came on in the 4th quarter, thankfully, because that game actually ran away from Larry Marketing and company right around the end of the 3rd quarter when they just couldn't score. And of course, OKC just started scoring threes all over the place. And of course, they lost that game. So AJ Mitchell gave me 33 points in this one. Mignon was on the bench, but I can only field 3, a maximum of 3 players in the front court who gave me just 3, so he didn't play. Then they look at the games. There were a number of games. Of course, the NBA Cup was also underway. And of course, most of these teams you will see had to play towards the end because the differentials determine at the end right there. But let's just jump into the games. Of course, the Indiana Pacers took on Cleveland Cavaliers, and Cleveland Cavaliers got back to their winning ways. That ended 109 to 120, which was a blowout, if you ask me. Davion Mitchell leading the way, accumulating a total of 54 points in that one, scoring 39 and one shy of a double-double, 9 rebounds for himself. Nimhad getting back, to his ways, scoring 32 right there. And of course, 2 assists shy of a double-double, 55 points for Nimhad right there. Pascal Siakam, always Mr. Consistent. He got 46 in this one, scoring 26 and one shy of a double, 9 rebounds. Then Mothering as well. He's also back and trying to get some sort of consistency. He's a very, very good player. I would advise you, if you can afford him, to get him. He scored 21 and of course 38 total in total. Okay, so that's how that one ended. When we had Brooklyn Nets also manage a win right here, beating Boston Celtics, who are struggling in the East. Of course, Michael Porter Jr. is the main man in the Brooklyn Nets, guys. If you can get him in, I think he can do you a solid. He has been consistent, something that is rare, that I didn't even expect. He is doing so well, scoring 33. Maybe someone I should consider, but we shall look into that. Scoring, because his usage is actually high in the game, so it is of course a game of averages. So this puts you at an advantage if your player is playing more minutes per game. So 33 right there, 8 rebounds, and a total of 45 for Michael Porter Jr. Then on the other end, Jalen Brunson, of course, took the mantle from the absent Tatum. Managed to accumulate 48 points in this one, scoring 26 in the game and 2 rebounds shy of a double with 8 rebounds right there. Anthony Simon, I've failed to pronounce that game. If Simons, actually had him in my starting team, but he's not consistent, so he fell out. Managed to score 40 in this one, fantasy points, and of course 23 in the game right there. Okay, then of course came the Washington Wizards, who took on Toronto Raptors, who are on form. The Toronto Raptors, Brandon Ingram led the way for them. They have now 3 daggers, I want to say. Brandon Ingram right there, RJ Barrett, and of course Barnes. Mamu Keleshvili came out of nowhere and scored 23 points in this one. We shall have a look at his box scores. So, of course, Brandon Ingram right there accumulated 53, scoring 24, 8 rebounds, and, of course, 6 assists. Then RJ Barrett as well, accumulating 40 in this one, scoring 24, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists as well. Then Mamu. The kids love Mamu. There he is. Sandro Mamu managed to accumulate 43. I think this is his best game this season so far. Indeed it is. Managed to score 23 in this one, scoring 7 rebounds and 2 assists for Mamu Keleshvili. Then, of course, Scotty Barnes right there, also accumulating 41, scoring 23 in the game. It was a very, very high scoring game for everyone. Emmanuel Quickly as well, scoring 17, a total of 39 in this one. CJ McCollum trying to get back to his usual self, but I don't know. Scored 20 in this one, a total of 32 as well. But they lost the game to the Toronto Raptors, of course. Then came the Miami Heat taking on Bulls. Bulls are inconsistent. Sometimes they play well, the other times they play badly. But I'm starting to see a pattern. Now, Kobe White was absent in this one, so they lost. Kobe White is so good, so good, and he looks so nice. I just hope once he gets back to his usual self, I may think of a way of squeezing him into my squad, but we shall get there when we get there. Just hope I get him at the right time when his pricing is perfect. So, of course, they lost this one, but the Sumu led the way, scoring 23 in the game and a total of 38 for Chicago. Then Giddy Josh managed to score. He's consistent this season, guys. Giddy, someone, but his salary is really high. Scoring 48 in this one, 48, and of course scoring 19 and a double, almost a triple-double. Wow. 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists for Josh Giddey. Remember, he has been a player of the night a couple of times this season, which is very, very good. He's actually having a very good season. Berselli is kind of dropping off. Started well, but he's struggling at the moment. All right, so Bama Debayo, of course, did his thing, accumulating 44, scoring 18 in this one. Norman Powell is the one I was talking about that the Clippers let go of, and now they are struggling. He was a source of points and contribution, but now they have none. It's either they're one of their star players, if not, they struggle a lot. So he scored 33 in this one, 19 in the game, which was a very handsome contribution, just not enough for the Miami Heat. All right, then of course came the New Orleans Pelicans taking on Dallas Mavericks. Now Dallas Mavericks finally get a win. It's been long overdue since the last one. And of course, they were playing their fellow struggling opponents, and New Orleans Pelicans. They are both struggling at the bottom of the Western Conference, as you can see right there. New Orleans Pelicans is rock bottom. There is no one below it. They are rock bottom. They are 2-14, lost 14 games, and they have a running losing streak of 8 games. Then, of course, Dallas Mavericks managed to finally break their streak of losing games. They are 5-12. They're also struggling, but there they are. Look at the LA Clippers as well. They are 4-11. San Antonio's Sacramento Kings 3-13. So these are the struggling teams. Memphis as well. We spoke about it earlier with Ja not showing up, and henceforth they are also struggling. All right. Then I do have the highlights of this one. Let me pull them up for you.
As well, because
there
are bigs that must be dealt with from the New Orleans perspective, including Zion Williamson and Derek Queen, but it's hurt. Jones trying to get his shot.
Okay, this is Cooper Flagg. Perfect.
Back on the floor and driving to the basket to open up the scoring. Now here's a chance for the Pelicans to run, and it's Trey Murphy. A driving kick by Brandon. And the corner three with the kind bounce. Of course.
Cooper Flagg, of course, managed to score 29 in this game. It was awesome.
On Wednesday from Mesquite. It's good for Trey Murphy.
That's Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy dropped 25 in the game. He was on fire. Then, of course, Zion Williams returned as well. But the team is still struggling. Zion Williams, I think, is fit. Then Queen is another revelation. He is playing well, and his price is good. So if you can get Queen in, I think it would. This is the best time to get him. He's actually among the most protein players in most squads around the league. That's Fears right there. Fears dropped 21 in this game. So this is the first quarter. I'm going to jump to the second quarter.
Just bowling ball bodies away.
Alvarado.
Rebound, and Alvarado drills a three. And now Williams. And the crowd dished it out. PJ puts it down and finishes with a little baby hook. Ran it down. It was 14 on the reset. Halfway down on the shot clock now. Lively caught it. Dished it out to the corner. Washington swishes home that three ball. Trey Murphy. He's run off the line. Jeremiah Fears on the drive, cutting to the basket to slam it. Sadiq Bebe. That's the two you got to live with that result.
All right, that's Cooper Flagg right there, all the way basket. Cooper Flagg dropping 29 in this game.
Which Marshall misses. Went into play tonight almost 80% on freebies this year.
Najee Marshall had a good game earlier on, but this game is now off. He only managed to score 9 points in this game. Looks like when Cooper Flagg takes over, they play well. I think this is the best game Cooper Flagg has had. I think this may be a career high. We shall just have a look at that. He managed to score 28 in this one. 29, sorry. So I think it could be a career high for Cooper Flagg. That's Zion Williams. Zion Williamson, of course, dropped 22. So we're going to cross over the half, going to the third. That's Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg right there. He had a heater of a game. had a hit of a game. So he needs to get that mentality, by the way, if he is to claim that Rookie of the Year title, because you have to take charge. And he has the potential, actually. Wow, look at that. They sacked Nico eventually, finally, and now the team is playing well. Nico, of course, messed up the squad by letting Luka go in that horrible, horrible transfer deal in history. Zion Williams. Queen is actually very good. I'm impressed. Scored 20 in this game, Queen. And of course, Fears as well. Fears dropped 21 in this game. So it was PJ Washington, Christie, and of course Cooper Flagg that contributed the most for the Dallas Mavericks. So we in the fourth right here. This is the final 5 minutes of the game. Of course, Washington dropped 24 and Christie dropped 23. That's Queen right there. Cooper Flagg all the way. Because he has the height, he has the strength, his body is actually built for the NBA. Cooper Flagg. That's Queen right there. That's good handles. Wow, that's very, very good. Looks like we have a Zion Williams in Queen. I just hope he keeps playing well and doesn't get derailed like Zion was derailed. That's Cooper Flagg. Remember, Dallas is actually down. Cooper Flagg gives them, equalizes right there. That's Cooper Flagg with the ball. Containing his pivot basket. Taking charge of his new team. That's Cooper. Marshall from range. They take the lead right there. This is 10 seconds on the clock. They just couldn't get it to fall. Yep, that's how it was. That's how it ended right there, of course. And you could see Cooper Flagg taking charge in that game right there, and which was something that was given to him earlier on in the season, but unfortunately, I think he hadn't yet grown into his boots, and he didn't take up the mantle. But this time around, when he did, this is his highest. This is the career high, I do believe. Yeah, because the highest he came to was 26. And yeah, indeed, that is it. 29 is a career high for Cooper Flagg. Managed to accumulate 52 points right there. 7 rebounds and 5 assists for the rookie right there. If he continues that way, I think he can pass VJ Edgecombs. But to me, I think VJ Edgecombs is leading the way. And then AJ Mitchell comes in second place. Then Cooper Flagg maybe can be considered in third place right there. So you saw that's how that game ended. It was close. New Orleans Pelicans just could not go all the way. Cooper Flagg led all the way, and Dallas Mavericks managed to win that one. Then we had Minnesota Timberwolves taking on Phoenix Suns. I do have the highlights of this one as well. So I'll give you the updates as we watch the highlights. That's the game.
But I tell you what, a big return for Minnesota tonight. Jaden McDaniels, who missed the last game, is Booker. Put Gobert on skates, froze like he's practicing. Here is McDaniels. He was listed as questionable. Missed their last game against Washington. Here is Edwards. Get a whistle.
Edwards dropped 41 in this game. Oh, O'Neal from range. That's McDaniels, Jordan McDaniels. He dropped 13 in this one. Yeah, by the way, Brooks is playing well. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, in Suns, he's actually playing well. He dropped 22 in this one. 22 points for Delion Brooks. Of course, Julius Randle right there dropped 20 in this one. That's Julius Randle from range. 20 points in this game. So this was the first quarter. Gillespie to Booker. Gillespie is also one of the players you should consider getting. Dropped 20 in this one. Of course, Booker led the way for Phoenix Suns, dropping 22 in this game. So this is the second quarter. That's Booker from range. No, Gillespie actually. Gillespie dropped 20. Jaden McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels with some good handles right there. Wow. Cooking. He lost his headband. He used to have a headband, don't he?
I mean, it's all about togetherness. I think togetherness is the main thing that keeps us going.
Basket from range.
I can't be the odd man out just for a long ball.
Hands at Colin Gillespie. Gillespie with two defenders chasing.
And he kept his dribble. If he picked it up, that's a double team.
Especially against McDaniels.
That's Delion from range.
The stinger from downtown.
Brooks.
Their biggest lead now at 17.
Jaden McDaniels with the steal. Lost the ball.
They had the steal, but it gets ricocheted and sets up a free ball for Russ.
That's Edwards. Basket and one. Dropped 41 in this game. So jumping to the third, the cross over the half.
Edwards, a game high 28. He is in his bag.
Wow, look at that. Wow.
As he indicates there with his fifth made three of the game.
It just didn't stop.
Booker trying to fight through the
Luka.
screen, able to rise up and connect on a three ball. Blowing past Reed, had it knocked out of his hands. Another Phoenix turnover. Edwards on the crossover.
Oh, sidestep cross.
35 was Ryan Dunn. Brooks trying to drive. He'll take the step back
Brooks
three
had
instead.
the game, a hero of the game. 22 in the game.
Here is Naz Reed. Reed such an integral part to their
As Reed had a quiet one, just 9 in the game. So going into the fourth, just skip to the last 5 minutes. So you can see it's just a 1 point difference. Di Vincenzo, the dagger right there. Then Delion, of course, had to lead the way. Brooks had the hero of a game in this one. That to tie the game. Jalen, McDaniels. That's it. The Timberwolves got a separation of some sort right there. It's a steal right there. They are back in the game right there. Just 3 points game. Julian Randle, they steal the ball. All the way. Basket. 1 point game. 10 seconds on the clock. Booker, Gillespie, they take the lead. 1 point game. 5 on the clock. Julius Randle. Basket. They just won the game at the end right there, as you can see. At the end. Wow. Even Malak was on bench. Wow, what a game that was. What a game that was. Of course, Minnesota just lost the game in the last minutes of the game. They dropped the ball right there after Edwards having an amazing game, scoring 41 points in this one. There he is, Edwards. And of course, a total of 69 fantasy points. Delion had a very, very good game. Brooks accumulating a total of 35 fantasy points, scoring 22 in this one. Then Gillespie, another player to look at. His price is amazing, guys. If you can get him, he's a bit consistent as well. scoring 20 in the game, a total of 41 points right there. Julius Randle had a bit of a quiet game, but yeah, managed to get 32 points, scoring 20 in this one. What a game that was. Then, of course, came the MVP's game. Nikola Jokic didn't manage to get a triple-double in this one, but he had a very good game. I do have the highlights of that one as well. So,
he's picked up by Smith, turns the corner and lays it in softly off the window to get the scoring started.
Nikola, of course, dropped 34 in this game.
November's been money. And speaking of which, he's money in the paint. And to attack, when to set up your teammates. The jumper is silky.
Jamal Murray started very well, scoring the first 2 baskets for the Denver Nuggets in this game.
Ball fake, he's matched up with Gordon initially, and he sneaks his way to the rim for 2. Instead, it's
Sangoon actually was in foul trouble earlier in, I think, in the 3rd quarter, but he had a tough game against the MVP, Nikola Jokic. As Durant, Kevin Durant had a quiet game as well, just managed to score 13 in the game. Had a quiet night right there. That was supposed to be a take foul right there, but the umpires didn't give him. That's Nikola Jokic. Bam, from range. Dropped 34 points in this one. That was a nice pass from Nikola Jokic to Watson. KD from the mid-range. Now this was the first quarter, of course. Then jumping into the second quarter. This is the second. Now, wow, Shepard had a game. Reed Shepard had an amazing game. He dropped 27 points for the Houston Rockets, and he was shooting from range. He just could not miss. He just could not miss. Tim Hardaway also had a very, very good contribution. Scored 12 in total in this game. There is Shepard. Reed just could not miss. He could not miss in this game. He kept shooting and shooting and shooting from range. That's Nikola Jokic. Of course, Jokic helped with the threes that he dropped. That's Nikola Jokic rebound. That was a basket from Johnson right there. Then, of course, Aaron Gordon got out early in this game. He had some sort of injury early on in the first quarter, so he didn't play much in this game. And Nikola Jokic also got into foul trouble in the 3rd quarter, but he gave a nod to the bench to let him continue, and of course he managed himself and finished the game on just, I think, 5 fouls in this one. Alright, so now we're in the 3rd right here. The game was close all the way. Because remember, this was a fight between the teams that are actually the top echelons of the Western Conference. That's Shepard. If you see Shepard shooting, just know it wasn't a miss. He went in. This man just could not miss. Jabari Smith was also on fire. That's Jabari Smith right there. His threes helped this team. He dropped 21 points in this game, Jabari Smith. That was, I think, his 4th foul or 5th foul. Nikola Jokic. And one. There you go. Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. Now we're in the 4th. Jamal Murray had a very good contribution as well, scoring 26 in this one. There it is. Now remember, we're in the fourth 10 minutes on the clock right here. That's Jabari Smith. Bam! Give them the lead right there. They actually got their biggest lead in the fourth quarter, I think, with 5 points. That's Jamar responding basket. So it was punch for punch. Nikola Jokic from the mid-range basket. Shangun also had a quiet game by his standards, scoring 14 in this one. Now we're coming down to the final 5 minutes. That's Shangun right there. Now at this point, Nikola Jokic was in foul trouble, so he wasn't defending as much. Nikola Jokic right there. Mid-range basket. Jabari Smith. Now this is 1 minute. 2 minutes, sorry. 1 minute on the clock. Houston is trailing. Man Thompson right there. Just 2-point difference of the game. Denver Nuggets with the lead right here. Jamal Murray doing his thing. Basket. Give them a 4-point cushion. Rejected. On the board. Basket. That was a main Thompson trying to cut it to the lead. Shangun, they let him go in with the 2. Now they need a 3 at this point. Jabari pulls up. Basket. Shangun, it was too little too late. And of course, Denver Nuggets won that one. It was another hitter of a game right there, as you can see. Amazing, amazing stuff right there. All right, Shumpert had a very good game. He was shooting all over the place, scoring 27 and a total of 41 points. You can maybe consider him, though he's a bit it's a steep price for him. All right, so of course thereafter we had Portland Trail Blazers with Danny Avdia taking on Golden State Warriors. I also have the highlights of this one, so we shall go straight to the highlights.
Sissoko and Danny Avdia, Jeremy Grant, Tumani Kamara, and Donovan Clingan starting for Portland.
Now, of course, Danny Avdia dropped 26 points, led the way for Portland Trail Blazers in this one. Then also Love as well had 26 in this one, who was a very, very welcome contribution because, wow, did Steph Curry have a game. Nearly scored 40, but was shy by just 2 points, dropping 38 points in this game from Stephen Curry. So this is the first quarter, of course. That's Stephen Curry. He was dropping points from deep. Wow. Moody.
Rocks into the triple. There you go. Have an outlet once he picked it up. Avdia started. Look at that. Another lob to Clingan. The last 2 months of last year, 0 quarter. Steph took it to trouble. Somehow got it away. And then backed it home. Okay. Cares behind the play. It's a 5-on-4. Clingan is not moving well. Majewski bottoms a 3. And so Portland's got to take a timeout because Clingan is a lot more zone this season too, because they are seasoned. It can be a little tough to stay with guys in man. Caleb Love with the shot clock at 5 and launching a deep 3 and burying that. The confidence is a funny thing, isn't it? When a team gets confidence, it doesn't matter what percentage they shoot. A lot of those fall. Steph Curry, speaking of confidence, bottoms a 3. Smooth without the ball, and Caleb Love couldn't keep him in front of him. Avdia to Robert Williams. He had set up Clingan for dunks. Now Robert Williams. His game that's gotten so much better this year. And he said it's 6'9", and he's
So jumping into the second quarter.
What I'd
That's Stephen Curry. Just a look at what he did right there. Now the game was neck and neck all through and through actually. Portland just wasn't willing to lose this one. That's Steph right there. Steph dropped a whopping 38 points in this one. And yet he started the game quietly. But he just got on a hitter in the third and fourth. He just couldn't miss. Then you have the right there.
Steph wheeling around Horford. He's got the big man clinging on him. He wants it back. All right, I'm going to shoot over you. Curry with another three. You get ISO'd on him there. Long list. Playing in. Having game, not rolling all the way to the basket. Pulling up, push shots. Mid-range like that. There's the relocate for Steph. Draymond set the screen.
Basket. He doesn't miss corner threes, guys.
See what happens. Someone will break free offensively. Warriors are in the bonus here.
So he was on fire. Look at that. Gets a bit of separation and the dagger. As Danny Avdia cooking as well. And one. Danny Avdia had a handsome 26 points in this game. Steph Curry from range. Basket. He just could not miss. He just could not miss. Steph Curry. So we're in the third quarter right here, and of course you can see the game is neck and neck. There's not a major separation in the game, just hitting the head. This is the third quarter.
His first playing time to play without Horford. So this is for rebounding as the Warriors go double big. And non-step minutes. Caleb Love dropping in three. Jimmy Butler facing up on Love. They throw it over Williams. And TJD gets the dunk. What a pass by Butler.
Alright, now skipping to the fourth. That's Danny Avdia right there. You can see the separation is just 2 points. Then of course Portland gets some sort of separation. Post. That was rejected. Wow. It's gonna make a bad collision right there. Now Steph Curry is going to take over. And Jimmy Butler, that's Steph Curry all by himself. Basket. But Portland Trail Blazers were not willing to lose the game. Steph Curry right there. So this is 5 minutes in the fourth.
Goes for 20 tonight. So now you're down 6. And Butler, what a screen.
Give me buckets.
Big Portland pay for all that attention. Near steal by Avdia. Shot clock at 7. Curry on the great defender Kumar backs him up. Steph for the three. That defender is Steph's step back is lethal. And at 50 left in a 1-point game. Avdia driving.
Avdia was also not willing to let the team lose. That's Danny Avdia swiping, then Love from range. Now this is seconds on the clock. Steph Curry, basket. Cuts the lead. Now they're looking for Steph Curry. Actually, Steph Curry had 2 tries in this at that end right there. But both of them just didn't fall. He had everything falling and then suddenly they were not falling. And of course, they ended up losing that one by 127 to 123. Portland really deservedly winners of this one. So it was an amazing game. Steph Curry getting a total of 48 fantasy points right there, dropping 38 in this one for Stephen Curry. Danny Avdia getting a total of 58 fantasy points, dropping 26, 6 rebounds and 13 assists. That's a double-double for Danny Avdia right there. Then, of course, finally, we had the defending champions taking on Utah. Of course, here I had Larry Markkanen playing, but he had a quiet game, really. Larry Markkanen is more or less like Stephen Curry. To get anything, he has to score big. For you to get anything, he has to score big. I don't know why. And yet he's a big man, but his rebounds are always underwhelming, which is weird. I get it, assists he can't have because he's not the ball handler, but he should be having double-doubles every game because he's anyway. So he managed to get 37 in this one and of course dropped 19 points in the game. Now they lost the game towards the end right there, really, in the third quarter. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander got 55. Wow, Mr. Consistent. Dropping 31 in the game and 8 assists right there. All right, so that wrapped up the games. Just maybe a look at the plan for the next game week, which will be game day. Sorry, for the next game day, which will be game day 6, and the deadline is not far off. Guys, set your teams and be ready. As we look at the squad, please guess who you think the player of the night was. I will reveal that towards the end. So I do have some players playing. Let's see on my bench. Of course, Rollins is there. Okay, let's get them a bit closer. Rollins is definitely going roll into my squad. Okay, so Rollins is in. Jules Holiday, I just ran out of transfers, so I'm gonna have to stick with him until next week. Of course, Larry Markkanen has no game, so I can only field 4 players, 3 at the front court and 1 in the back court. The rest are not playing, so that's my squad right there. I will have Kirk Burney, George, Nikola Jokic, and Rollins playing for me right there. So, can you guess who the player of game day 5 was? Let me just pull him up for you right there. First, that was game day 4. Then game day 5 was Nikola Jokic. Just 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Managed to score 34 points in this game, 10 rebounds and 9 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, and a total of 71 fantasy points. They beat, of course, the Houston Rockets in a very, very close game right there, winning 112 to 109. And of course, this brings up his total averages to 29.5 points per game, 13 rebounds per game, and 11 assists per game. Still averaging a triple-double, which is very, very good. He's actually in the talks of some of the amazing players, the greats of the game, the likes of Jabari, the likes of Kareem Abdul. Interesting analytics for this player. He should be hands down MVP. He should have been MVP for the past 3 seasons, this man right here. But anyway, there's a lot of politics in the US, and we see them, people trying to hustle others because of immutable characteristics, things you can't really do anything about because anyway, that's another video for another day. So guys, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button as well, and of course all feedback is welcome. Let me know. All right guys, until next time, peace out.